So I'm Paul Hodges. I publish the PH report, which goes out to a mix of corporate and investor clients around the world. And what we try and do is to focus on the chemical industry as a unique window on the world. Because of the size of the chemical industry, it's the third largest industry in the world after agriculture and energy, and it gets into every single corner of the economy. So we get, and we've talked about this before, obviously, on Real Vision, we get 6 to 9 months advance warning of what's happening in the world just because we have that data and we have that insight. So that's really why I'm here.
The chemical industry, a slowdown that predates COVID-19.
I mean, I don't want to underplay, obviously, the seriousness of COVID-19 at all, but it is a fact that the chemical industry, we have very good data on this. And if I can just explain that, what we look at particularly is capacity utilization around the world. And we can look at that by individual country, by individual region, by individual sector. So if you want to know about materials, you want to know about fibers, you want to know about coatings, or whatever, or you want to know about China or the States, this all comes from the American Chemistry Council, who've got data going back to 1987. So we've got some very good parameters. And what this showed us was that the real economy, distinct from financial markets, actually peaked in January 2017 and was coming down fairly slowly, sort of like that. And then in December, it really began to fall off the proverbial cliff. And we've come down 10 percentage points to 86% from 86% to 76% over the 3 years. 5 of those percentage points, from 81 to 76, have come in the last four months. So the pace of the downturn has accelerated, and of course that was long before COVID-19 began to hit the world in February or March, depending on which region you were in.
The lag in chemical industry data.
Although we do talk about being real time, we do have to wait for the data to happen. So we're actually looking at March data now at the moment. So when we get April, I'm pretty sure that we will go below the 2009 number, but it is only 6-7 weeks since the end of April, so there is a time lag where people report, and you want to have data that is reasonably accurate. You don't want just to publish a flash number and then have to revise it upwards or downwards by a long way. So the American Chemistry Council do a good job on that.
The new normal.
So what we've seen is that, and it's interesting to compare with 2007 to 2009, because again, we saw the same kind of advance warning then, but what we saw in 2008 was a much sharper downturn and a much quicker one. Essentially, coatings took us into the downturn and it took us out again. Why coatings? Because it was a subprime housing crisis, and so you either the financial world collapsed because the housing market collapsed, or you did something about the housing market and it came back again. There was a knock-on effect, obviously, into autos because people had bought autos they couldn't afford from the money they'd made on trading houses they couldn't afford. But the rest of the economy was, probably in reasonable shape. What we've seen with the sector analysis over the last 12 months is that every single sector, every